Hello, this is Act of Fool 44 talking some Eagles. I'll be talking about other teams later on, but right now let's talk about some Eagles, alright? Basically, let's talk about the draft. Danny Watkins. I was expecting better things from him, really. He kind of looked sloppy, putting his head down in training camp. I was expecting him to be a big playmaker, and stuff like that. He never played in high school, right? So I was expecting something big, and he was going to be teachable, real teachable. But he's not sending that out right now. He just looks scared. He doesn't look comfortable. He looks like he's not ready to do the NFL transition, And he's 26, I don't know. But we'll see. I don't think he's going to be anything special anymore. I thought he would be. But let's talk Jaquan Jarrett. Jaquan Jarrett looks real good, I was thinking he's going to be just a big hitter, and that's it. I was worried about his covering skills, but apparently Juan Castillo knocked it and sent him to him, and looks like he's doing good. He looks like he's going to be a decent safety. Decent safety. Curtis Marsh, I don't know much about him. He's going to be a good backup, though. He's going to fit in the system, I hope. I've seen a couple highlights from him. He's pretty good. Cassie Matthews taking that leadership role. He's taking, he's got a lot of pressure on him. He's like, oh, you're Khalil Matthews' brother, which I think is wrong. But it's true, the bloodline is pretty good. There hasn't been a really bad player in their bloodline, I don't think. But yeah, I just think that he's good and all, but he needs to knock some sense into him that I need to work out. There's some big guys out there. I need to look like Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis, Stuart Bradley. These guys are big. That's why they have success. Stuart Bradley got injured, but, he was good when he was on the field. Let's see. Let's talk Alex Henry. For those David Aker fans, all right. For the haters, okay. I don't want. He's gone. He's gone to San Francisco. If you didn't know, but don't hate on him, man. For that Packers game, 6 hours before the game, he found out his daughter had cancer. All right, that's a good enough excuse for me to screw that shit up. But you know what? I love him. He's a great player. He had a lot of concentration, really perfected the kicking element. But the only thing is he doesn't have a strong enough leg. But everything else, he's good. But this Alex Henry guy, he broke a lot of records in NCAA. Great kicker. I'm expecting big things. We have a big part of us Eagles having a kicker. We really use David Akers at the full potential. You could use a kicker. But yeah, okay, let's talk about undrafted free agents. Fan favorite, Hayward, something, wide receiver, red zone. He's a really big guy. A lot of people like him because they think he can catch in the in the red zone, and I just don't find him that professional. I think we can definitely teach him. He's definitely nervous because he's a fan favorite right now. He probably knows that. But my favorite is Moss. Some Moss, I don't know. Incredible route runner. I'm talking about crazy legs, fast breaks, good hands, jumps up, snags the ball. I only see 6 plays, but he looks real good, and I think we can definitely teach him. And if, let's say, Jeremy Maclin gets injured, he can play wide out. He can play slot. I think he can play great football. I think he's worth drafting. Quarterback Johnson, something. He looks good. He looks like he's leading the offense when he gets on. He underthrows the ball. He's more scared to overthrow, so I think he underthrows it sometimes. Looks a little mobile. He looks steady, as good as a undrafted free agent can get, right? And then we got a few good old linemen, a few linebackers, but we got to move on. I don't know these names, so I'm not going to start making shit up for you guys. Let's talk about free agents. Jason Babin. Many people don't know this, but Trent Cole and Jason Babin hunt together. All right, so I find that pretty cool. It's not going to be like Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. They're friends, but it's more like competitiveness, like who's going to get more sacks. You can tell Robert Mathis gets pissed that Dwight Freeney gets all the attention, right? So it's not going to be like that. They're friends, so it's going to work out real nice. Good plays with our new D-line coach, Washburn. Jim Washburn. I think he taught Jason Babin in Titans D-line. He was a Titans D-line coach, and he gave him that 12.5 sacks career or season. Shit, career. Well, so yeah, I'm expecting to see big things. Cullen Jenkins. People think he's gonna play D tackle. I do not think so. Jim Washburn told Andy Reid, I want to get rid of Bunkley. You know, he's a good player, but I need a big guy. You know, that's what he said. That's what people are saying. I believe it. That sounds like him. If he wants something, he's gonna get it, right? So so Bunkley's gone to the Broncos. I think Cullen Jenkins will not play D tackle. I think he's going to play right end, and Trent Cole can use his linebacker-like body and really excel at that position and really start a new career at that position. You know, he's a vet at right end. Why not give himself a challenge? You know, I wouldn't mind that. So we'll see what happens, but I think Trent Cole could be a good linebacker. Like we said out in that 3-4 defense, and we said Trent Cole might play linebacker. Yeah, let's do it. I'm all in for it. We got Cullen Jenkins as a good right end. And then we could put Mike Patterson. You know, he's a little unsteady since that seizure, but whatever. I have a little confidence in him. And then Trevor Law. Let's talk about Trevor Law, man. This guy's a playmaker every time he's on the field. 1 start, 4 sacks, 18 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception for 16 yards, I believe. Big playmaker, you know. I think this guy can excel. He's a great wrestler in high school and college. So this guy, yeah, I think he can do good. Nnamdi Asomugha, let's talk about that trio set. It's nice to know that Asomugha can shut down any wide receiver right now in the NFL. Pretty much. You can give him 1-2 receptions, but there's not a guy that can have a 100-yard game or a 50-yard game on him, really. And he only had 13 receptions on him all year in man coverage. That is great, considering the players he did play. We got him. We got Asante Samuel. You know, he came out of the Patriots. I was hearing that he wasn't gonna be. Like he said himself, I'm paid to intercept and to cover, not to tackle. And he got 2 knockout hits this year. And, he looks good, you know. He looks like he's transforming. He looks like he likes the Eagles, and that's his home, and that's where he's gonna retire. Personally, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Look at this guy's highlights. When the ball's in the air, looks like a wide receiver. Like I'm talking about picks all the time. If we play man coverage, this guy's gonna shut down any third-string wide receiver. You know, like I can't picture a guy running by him. Not gonna happen. It's fucking Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. All right. We're gonna get linebackers. I think it's gonna be Trent Cole, Cassie Matthews, Moise Fuku, or Jamar Chaney. You know. I really like this. We're gonna have a lot of blitzes. You know, Jim Washburn is gonna have a lot of pressure with that D line, and then Luan Castillo. He's an offensive line coordinator for the Eagles last year, so he knows how to open up and just really screw up that offensive line and really make it break apart. So we're going to see a lot of nice blitzes this year, guys. So I'm talking about a lot of nice blitzes. And I wouldn't mind that. We could do zone blitzes, all this stuff, because we got Nnamdi, Asante, Dominique, and Nate Allen. You know, we can get even those guys to blitz because they all have explosive feet. Dominique's a fast guy. Fast. He's real fast. Not Deshaun Jackson fast. Someone told me he was fast as Deshaun Jackson. I'm like, bullshit, man. That guy's faster than Chris Johnson. I've seen it in my own eyes. With my own eyes. On video. Not real. I live in Canada, so I wouldn't see that shit, right? Yeah, I'm Canadian. Don't diss. What else? You know, Mike Vick looking good. He looks like he's working hard. He looks like in the best shape of his life. Let's talk about Ronnie Brown and Vince Young, as I forgot our free agents. Ronnie Brown, unless we do a 2-back set, I don't see any use for him. We could have got Norwood or Kip Harrison. You know, we don't run the ball enough to have 2 good Pro Bowl running backs, really. But we'll see how that works. You know, I think it was a waste of money. If I had to redo it, I would have got even a linebacker, any linebacker, or offensive line. And then we got Vince Young, right? Vince Young, I was a little shaky on this at the start. I think it was a waste of money, but you know what? We do need a backup. Michael Vick did missed like 4 games, something like that. I think it's good, and I think when he does play those games, if he excels like Kevin Cobb did and catches other teams' attention, we could do what we did with Kevin Cobb. Like, why not? No one's stopping us. We can get a good trade for a linebacker next year. That can all happen next year. We just get Vince Young's attention, But I think that's using him a bit. But you know what? That's the business. And all players should know that when they get into the NFL. It's going to happen. All players, I think they do know that. I think Vince Young knew that. So, yeah. O-line's looking a little better than last. Jason Peters looking great. Todd Herman's looking strong. Sean Jackson, he was the second best yards per catch in NFL history. He has NFL history numbers for most explosive players. At the end of his career, he can be the most explosive wide receiver in NFL history. He's got to work on it. He's got to click this in, and he's got to really get there. He's 5'10", a lot of fucking speed in that little boy. Jerry Maclin looked like he thinned up a bit. I'm a little disappointed, but you know what? Whatever. Hopefully he got the same season. I think he's actually better than Deshaun Jackson as a wide receiver because he's a complete package. Not saying Deshaun Jackson can't do things. It's just he's more of a deep threat. I can't see him blocking and all that stuff that Jerry Maclin could do. Jason Avant, great hands. You see him in training camp. This guy took the starting role when Deshaun and Maclin wasn't there, and he just took advantage of it, and he's looking great. Not good, great, I think he's going to have the best season this year. I'm really hoping this year. Avant deserves it. He's a great veteran. I think if we trade him to another place, he can really be a starter. The Browns or the Rams, they'll see him. They'll notice that talent that no other teams will see. What else? I think that's it, guys. Tell me what you guys are going to think about tomorrow's preseason game against Baltimore. I think they're going to win. I think we got a good shot. They got that trio. They got rid of Mason, so, we'll see. We'll see. We got good secondaries. They got good secondaries. We'll see what happens. Put in the comment box who you think's going to win. And I'm going to do Arizona Cardinals next, but give me a post in the comment box who do you want to see next. I hope you guys like this. I'm going to be doing other stuff. I know I have a shitty couch behind me, a shitty camera, but you know what? C'est la vie, all right? Peace. You'll see me later, I hope, and have a good football season, boys.